Today we're going to be talking about City of Ember,
Oh, yeah.
a film that really kind of gets at some deep questions, about humanity.
Yeah, for sure.
And we're going to be looking at the themes of time, space, and freedom
Right.
and how it uses those to talk about, like, bigger questions.
Absolutely. And how it brings those themes to life,
Exactly.
visually with like the light and darkness.
Yeah, and the city as a character.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're going to debate, the relevance of the film today and how it challenges us to think about our own pursuit of freedom,
It's a film that works on like multiple levels, right?
Right.
On the surface, it's an adventure,
Yeah.
but underneath, it's like grappling with all these philosophical questions
Oh, yeah.
about our relationship to time, the spaces we inhabit. What does it even mean to be free?
One of the things that really struck me was how the film uses the concept of time
Right.
as this ticking clock. It's not just an idea. It's like a force that's driving the story.
And it's like a limited resource in the city, too.
Uh-huh.
Ember was only built to last so long, and that deadline is like approaching fast. You
Yeah.
see it everywhere.
Yeah.
Resources dwindling, infrastructure failing. Even the lights are like
Yeah.
flickering, It's a constant reminder that time is running out.
That's what gives you that sense of urgency.
Yeah.
And tension makes you really think about, if you knew how much time you had left, would you act differently?
I think so.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it so interesting, right?
Right.
Like it forces us to think about our own,
Yeah.
mortality or our limited time here.
Right.
It's a theme that really hits home for a lot of people, I think.
It makes you think about those projects you've been putting off
Right.
or dreams you've been meaning to chase.
Yeah.
Like, this movie is like a wake-up call.
It could be.
Yeah.
It's not just about individual mortality, though.
Oh, right.
It's also about the idea of a society collapsing.
Mm.
Like civilizations have a lifespan, too.
That's a really interesting point.
And it's made even more powerful by the way the film portrays the city itself.
Yeah.
It's not just a background.
Right.
It's almost like a character.
I was going to say that. It really is like its own character.
And it's so claustrophobic. All those like, winding passages, dimly lit tunnels.
You're underground, cut off from the world.
Right, exactly.
It really gives you that feeling of being trapped.
Like the city itself is almost like a manifestation of the character's anxieties and limitations,
It's like I was all weighing down on them.
Yeah, and in that space, that really confined space, that's where freedom comes into play.
Because they really are prisoners, aren't they?
They are.
And not just of their environment.
It's deeper than that.
Right.
Their beliefs.
Right.
The systems that control them. The information they're not allowed to have.
It makes you think about how much freedom we actually have.
Yeah.
Even in our own societies.
It does.
I think that's what's so brilliant about this film. It takes these ideas and it makes them real.
Yeah. And it makes you feel them.
Yeah.
That weight of time.
Yeah.
The suffocating environment.
Uh-huh.
That yearning for something more.
It really does.
That desire for freedom.
And the way it does it through those visuals.
Oh, yeah.
Like the light and dark.
It's striking. Do you remember that scene where Lena finds the instructions?
Oh, yeah.
For escaping?
Yeah.
That one beam of light cutting through the dust.
Yes.
Lighting up those words.
It's so powerful.
It's beautiful.
And it's not just beautiful.
Right.
It's like a metaphor
Yeah.
for how knowledge can,
Yeah.
cut through the darkness.
Light up the dark
The
thing.
power of hope.
Exactly. And that leads us to our main characters.
Lena and Dune.
Yeah.
They embody those ideas.
Lena with her optimism.
Yeah, she's all about hope.
She believes there's a way out.
And then Dune,
Yeah.
he's more about knowledge and action.
Yeah, he's analytical problem solver.
And it's the combination of those two,
Right.
hope and action, that allows them to challenge things and look for freedom.
They're not just going to sit back and accept it.
Right.
They refuse to be complacent.
Yeah.
It really makes you think about the people in charge,
Yeah.
The leaders of Ember.
Mm-hmm.
They're clinging to power.
Yeah.
Suppressing information to keep control.
It's kind of scary how easily they can do that,
It is.
especially when people are desperate.
And afraid.
Yeah. Makes you think about how we get our information these days. Are we really thinking critically about it?
Yeah. Are we just blindly trusting what we hear?
Yeah. From authority figures
Yeah.
or media outlets.
It's a really important question.
It is.
The film shows how those in power can use fear and misinformation to keep people in line.
Yeah, it's a warning.
It is.
Especially today with all the information overload.
And all the polarization.
Yeah. It's crazy.
But knowledge is power.
It really is.
That's how Lena and Dune can challenge the system.
They find a way out.
And they do it in such an inspiring way.
Yeah.
They don't just stumble on the truth.
Right.
They're actively searching for it.
Mm-hmm.
Lena's curiosity and Dune's problem-solving skill.
They work together.
Yeah.
Like a team.
It's like they're piecing together a puzzle of Ember's past.
And the film makes it so exciting.
It is.
You're like right there with them.
It reminds us that we can all be critical thinkers.
We don't have to just accept what we're told.
We can question things.
Yeah, and sometimes that means going outside our comfort zone.
Exactly. The film encourages us to be curious.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to challenge the system.
Oh, what you've been taught.
Yeah, and it's not just about finding the right answers.
It's about asking the right questions.
Lena and Dune are always questioning.
They are?
Why are things this way? Who benefits from this? It's that search for knowledge that leads them to the truth.
And that's what the film is saying about freedom.
You know.
Real freedom isn't just about escaping.
No.
It's about thinking for yourself.
Challenging authority.
Yeah.
Finding your own path.
That's what makes City of Ember so powerful.
It really is.
Especially now.
Yeah.
It reminds us that the fight for freedom
is often a battle against ignorance and complacency.
It's about embracing the unknown.
Yeah.
Questioning what we think is right.
And looking for the truth.
Yeah, even when it's hidden.
Even in the shadows.
And the visuals.
Yeah.
The light and the dark.
The way they play off each other.
Yeah.
The dim tunnels, the flickering light.
It creates this atmosphere of mystery, uncertainty.
But also hope.
I was just going to say that.
It's brilliant, really.
It is.
It doesn't just tell us about these themes. It makes us feel them.
Like that feeling of being tracked.
The dwindling resources.
The threat of the darkness.
It stays with you.
It really does.
Even after the movie ends.
But it's not all bad.
Right.
There's that scene where Dune fixes the light.
Yes.
It's like this little victory.
Yeah.
But it means so much.
Even in the darkest times, there's hope. Even a small act of defiance.
Pushing back against the dark
can make a difference.
It's like a reminder to never give up.
Right.
Even when it seems impossible.
It's about human resilience.
That's when the film becomes more than just a dystopia.
It becomes about the human spirit.
Yeah.
That we have the power to choose hope.
To seek knowledge.
To fight for a better future.
And it's not just about getting out of a real city, right?
No, it's more like...
It's about those limitations we put on ourselves.
Yeah.
The fear, holding us back.
It makes you think about our own lives.
Yeah.
Like, what are our own cities of Ember? What's keeping us in the dark?
It's so easy to just go through the motions.
Yeah, to get stuck.
Accept things the way they are.
But this movie reminds us we can choose something different.
We have the power to change things.
It's about taking control.
Yeah.
Questioning things, exploring.
Finding our own truth.
Yeah, for anyone who's ever felt trapped.
Or limited.
This film speaks to them.
It's a call to action, isn't it?
Yeah.
Don't just accept things.
Fight for something better.
Yeah, seek out knowledge, challenge the status quo.
Exactly. And it's a reminder
Yeah.
that the hardest fight is often within ourselves.
Overcoming our fears or limitations.
Breaking free from what's holding us back.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into City of Ember, what really stuck with you?
What are you taking away from this conversation?
How can this film inspire you to find your own light?
To challenge your own City of Ember.
And create a brighter future.
For yourself and for others.
We'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive.